Oh You Thought Podcast, the place where you get a heavy dose of positivity, sarcasm, knowledge, and ratchetness. Enjoy the show. Yo, it's that time. It's that time. A new week, a new episode. This is what I'm feeling like. I picked this song for a reason. I just had a conversation with someone, and they talked about this song. And this song still goes hard. I could see myself rapping over this, but I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. Like, I feel it like on the brink, but y'all not ready. I promise y'all not ready. For those of you that don't know, this is Rick Ross, Hustlin'. Classic song for Rick Ross, and so had to start the episode with something legendary, because for those of you that try to play Rick Ross like he don't have a good catalog, you're tripping with yourself. And with that, I want to officially welcome you to episode 41. We floating through the 40s, people. Like, I'm out here doing this. My name is Fallon, and I'm coming to you from Houston, Texas. H-Town, hold it down. And I just don't know why I'm in a really silly mood right now. So maybe this podcast episode will turn out to be like really, really fun. And it's late for me, you know, as far as like recording and all that good stuff. But I'm committed to dropping this episode before midnight. So it's officially on Friday. So I'm out here trying to give the people what they want. And I just want to say thank you to the new followers that followed me on SoundCloud. And I follow everybody back on SoundCloud. And yeah, I wish I could really have the time to just listen to everybody that I follow, especially if you're an artist or you have a podcast. It's just like nowadays I can't listen to music like I want to at the job that I have, and so I miss out on listening to a lot of stuff. And so yeah, but the want is there. I want to give a big shout out to the top 5 cities from SoundCloud. In London, look at y'all looking like yourself, moving up to number 1. I still don't know who y'all are out there in London, but thank you. I feel really special to have consistent listeners listening to me in London. That's what's up. Number 2. Now, I don't know if I'm saying this city right, so I'm sorry if I'm messing up your city. It's a city in Canada called Vador. I hope I'm saying that right. Y'all are number 2 this week. Number 3, Kennesaw, Georgia. Number 4, Dundon. I hope I'm saying that right too. New Zealand. And number 5 is Starkville, Minnesota, the wonderful state where Prince is from. My week this week has been long and hellish, but it's over. It'll be officially over tomorrow once I get done with work tomorrow, and then maybe I can enjoy the rest of my weekend. And so, like I said, like, the only thing I remember about this week is work. And, you know, I'm very thankful to have a job to go to at this point from being laid off and everything last year. So I'm thankful, and I really do like my job, and I like waking up and going to my job, and see, that's the difference. And I kept talking about that like last year, like wanting to find a place where I like to go. And yeah, I'm coming up on just 2 months at this new job, but I like it. And so, work. I felt like I went to a basketball game this week. Oh, on Sunday, I went to the Rockets game, and my Rockets won. Had really good seats, and I enjoyed myself. The next game I'll probably go to for the Rockets, I want to see Kyrie play. So they come to see us this month, and I'm probably going to get some good seats so I can see Kyrie play my boys. And yeah, so nothing else special is going on with me, just the same old stuff. But let's go ahead and just jump right on in, because at first I felt like I didn't have a lot to talk about, but I kind of filled up the outline before I picked up the mic. So we gonna see. Oh, you thought, Donald Trump, that it was okay to come for my favorite all-time rapper. And I've been waiting since this past weekend to come for you. I am sending for you because you're always so out of pocket. And before I even get in to go in on you, Eminem, he directly took a shot at you. Multiple bars. And you never said a mumbling word. Why is that, Trump? Why? And so that's a question that you need to keep on your brain as I get ready to just go in, because I'm going in. And so basically this all stemmed from Jay-Z having an interview, a very, very good interview with Van Jones. And it was like, of course, like Trump gets up early in the morning just tweeting off shit. And so this is the tweet that started it from Donald Trump as far as his rebuttal. Somebody please inform Jay-Z that because of my policies, Black unemployment has just been reported to be at the lowest rate ever recorded. Playboy, let me say this. You are coming in on the heels of a phenomenal president that was Barack Obama. Okay? Stay with me. Please stay with me. And so it was kind of like the same setup, that Bill Clinton did for the most part for Bush. Had this beautiful platform of surplus money, and Bush came in and kind of just effed it up. But Bush, I kind of seeing him after being president. I've come to like George W. Bush more, which is shocking to me, but that's on a tangent. Back to Trump. So you're taking credit for someone else's work because the Black unemployment rate was steadily going down because Barack Obama and all the jobs he created, not just for Black people, for everybody. And so, if he was able to have another term in office, just imagine what the workforce could look like. So keep that in mind. And the thing that made me so mad, seeing first of all his tweet come out, his followers are something else. His followers are loyal and they're crazy. They're delusional. And they're kind of just like their president. They're just it's not a lot going on upstairs. And it's really sad to see because after everything this man keeps doing and saying, you still out here riding for this man. And even when you're being really ignorant. And there was one tweet and delete from a particular Trump supporter, and I wish I would have screenshotted it because I tried to reply to it, and that's when I found out that she deleted her tweet. And so she was basically calling out Jay-Z, saying that he has no room to talk when he has basically belittled women to make money. And my rebuttal to that is this. If you are a true Jay-Z fan, follower of his career, you have definitely seen the growth in him from then and now. And they always want to keep drug dealing on his plate. This man is a businessman. This man is a family man. This man is a legend, a living legend. And I'm going to stand for a little bit because this is my guy. All-time favorite rapper. Really probably the rapper that really made me fall in love with hip-hop completely. to hear the way he puts together music and just everything, it just made me love rap even more. So let me say that. And the thing that can completely debunk that whole case about degrading women and all that stuff is seeing the growth in him on the album 444, people. If you still haven't listened to that album, get your life. Should have won a Grammy, and we're going to talk about it later. And so you got all these Trump supporters talking out the side of their necks, and it just makes me mad. And I know I shouldn't get mad because I can't do anything, and words mean nothing. And when you debate with these people, they bring you in these circles, and these people, they gang up with each other, and a lot of them, it's just so hateful to just see the stuff that they say about Jay-Z or even Obama. They still want to blame Obama for everything. And in the interview with Van Jones, like, Jay-Z didn't say anything truly negative. He was stating facts, and he was more on the lines of people need to be treated correctly, not like animals. And he even said that it wasn't about the money. It's more about how you treat people. And that's facts. Like, the way you treat people will go a long way. Yes, everybody needs money. Yes, it would be good to be rich and everything. But even people that are rich, they still have real life problems. It's on a different level. Just because you have money, it doesn't exclude you from being sick. It doesn't exclude you from anything happening to you, because life happens. And so Trump is just always just shooting for first and then asking questions later. And that's not the way to be. And so wanted to talk about his followers. And so another person I would like to drag that basically is a famous follower of Trump is this chick that I cannot stand. And, you know, I feel like you need to call people out on their shit. And for a lot of people to say, oh, when we react to her, that's what she wants, and it makes her more famous. And I get that to a certain degree, but I'm going to get this off. What I need to say about this ragamuffin, and this ragamuffin that I'm talking about is Tomi Lauren. I guess it Tomi. It's like people never know how to say this girl's name. But this ragamuffin, she had the audacity, and this is post her posting a snap a few weeks ago of her quoting 21 Savage. But whatever, culture vulture. But you want to turn around and talk about Jay-Z, who's giving you classical bars. But she says, as opposed to you, who raps about bitches and sisters and brags about selling crack. Yeah, Trump is the problem, sure. Like, girl, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Like, for the rappers that are out here really telling true stories, this is their life. And just because you did something back in the day, which, did he ever serve time for anything? Like, what are we really talking about? Because that doesn't make you who you are today. People are allowed to be a different person 5 years ago and be a better person 5 years later. That's their right. And it makes me mad when people want to keep throwing dirt on people that make changes. And this goes also, I'm going to go in a different direction. When people go to jail and they serve their time, they come out being better people, wanting to participate in being a part of society. They want to find good jobs. They want to live in nice places, but society keeps them in this loop, which I've talked about before. Like, I just feel like to a certain degree, we have all these petty crimes. See, I'm definitely going off on a tangent. We have all these petty crimes being associated to our black brothers and sisters, and even our brown brothers and sisters, anyone of color. bogus charges, messes up their whole life. When they come out of jail, they're on probation, or they have a charge on them that will never allow them to vote again or have a high quality of life. And why do we put these people in this loop to where, number one, they come out and have to pay their probation fees, and you can't find a good job to pay your probation fees all the time. So here you go, possibility of going to jail because you violated parole because you're not paying your parole fees, and then you go back to jail. You start that cycle again. It's so hard. Like, if you serve your time, the slate should be wiped clean and give you the opportunity to start over. Be on probation, but why are you paying probation fees when you're trying to make a better life for yourself? If you have a certain kind of blemish on your record, you can't live in certain places, can't get certain jobs unless the company just wants to take a blind chance on you, but they don't have to. And it all stems for people like her. I'm going to go ahead and bring it back to her, that will never let you be great, never let you be different, never let you grow. They keep talking about what you did yesterday, 1,000 yesterdays ago. They want to keep bringing up your past. It doesn't apply to you. And sometimes people, they can't get out of the loop. They can't get out of the circle. And so they stay in the hood. They stay selling drugs and doing whatever they want to do, hustling to make it. Because people got to eat. People got to survive. And I just think it's such a piss poor thing that people do. And they attach all these negative things to people and just never let them move beyond. So let people move beyond, especially you. Okay, so it's February, it's a celebration, but it's a celebration 365 if you are a Black person. But I think as a culture, we like to hype up, February because it's our month. And a lot of people feel mad, so we just want to just throw it in your face. And, yeah, so that's where I'm at with it. But let's talk about how Black History Month actually got started. And I think this is something great to talk about. And it began as Negro History Week, which was created in 1926 by Carter G. Woodson, a noted African-American historian, scholar, educator, and publisher. It became a month-long celebration in 1976. Like, this is after my parents were born. It's so recent. And it's another thing that's just so crazy. Like, everything that has happened to my brothers and sisters, it's not like it just happened a million years ago. Like, it's still so recent. Jim Crow laws, still so recent. Civil rights movement, still so recent. And we still have racism in this country and all across the world. And so it's crazy to see that they finally decided to do that in 1976. The month of February was chosen to coincide with the birthdays of Frederick Douglass and Abraham Lincoln. Stay with it. Another piece I wanted to talk about that's Black history is the NAACP. On February the 12th, 2009, the NAACP marked its 100th anniversary, spurred by growing racial violence in the early 20th century, and particularly by 1908 race riots in Springfield, Illinois. That's an important date, and I talked about it last year on the podcast, and I forgot the official name of that time period that happened in Illinois, but go back to some of my old podcasts where I really talked about it in depth. A group of African American leaders joined together to form a new permanent civil rights organization, the National Association of Advancement of Colored People. And February the 12th, 1909 was chosen because it was the centennial anniversary of the birth of Abraham Lincoln. And Abraham Lincoln is held to a certain standard because he signed the proclamation that ended slavery. And so, but if you know your history, you know you need to go a little bit deeper on Abraham Lincoln. But I just thought that was definitely an interesting fact to talk about in regards to how Black History Month started, before I just start, giving you random history facts about whoever I want to talk about. And last year I kind of, I took the focus on trying to highlight a person of color every single episode. And towards the end of the year, I kind of just got away from doing that. But it's definitely something I still want to highlight. And I definitely, with it being Black History Month, I want to bring to the table some iconic people that you need to know about, some iconic pieces of history that you need to know about. So we're not always just talking about the same people all the time, and no shade to the same people we talk about all the time, but there's so much history out there that we just need to tap into. A positive mind equals a positive life. When you let go of all the negativity, that is the ultimate glow up. It's time for the positivity moment of the show. Positivity moment of the show. Hey, it's lit. So the first thing that I want to talk about is basically something I came up with a year ago that I posted on Facebook, and it came across my time hop earlier this week. And I was like, that's a word. And I said that. And I just felt like I wanted to just share it with my lovely listeners. And it says this: if you are happy with who you are, never do anything that goes against all the things that makes you that good person. Stay with it. Never compromise yourself for anything or anyone. I'm never afraid to say no. And like I said, that is a word. That is a hallelujah. And that has been me probably my later years in my grown life, because it's been a process. And basically this first statement that I'm bringing up in this segment is going to link up with something else I'm going to talk about as far as loving yourself. And it took me a long time to really love myself, flaws and all, which sometimes the flaws you see, other people don't see. They tend to love your flaws, and it's pretty amazing. Like, yeah. And I'm definitely at a point right now, and I'm so proud of myself. Like, yes, I have my days like everyone where you don't feel pretty, but I am at a point where I just really don't care about anything. I don't care about people talking about me. I don't care about people not thinking that I'm pretty, because I know I'm pretty and other people think I'm pretty. So I don't care about that. I don't care about the fact that I don't have a man right now. I'm completely good with that. And it's just crazy to kind of see where you used to be. And for me, like, I'm just happy to be alive. I'm happy to have a job. Like, everything else will fall into place, and I'll get that body that I want one day. One day I'll get there. But I'm just chilling and I'm happy. I am genuinely happy. And that's real talk. And that is a process. And I will never, ever, ever, ever let anyone steal my joy, make me feel less than, because I know that I'm more than what you say about me. And so with that, I came across something on Instagram, and it made me sad. And it made me sad because, number one, I feel like people love this lady, and I think it's an example of you not seeing the beauty in yourself that other people see. And I always say this, like, I wish that sometimes I could just be in the head or the eyes of other people when they look at me, to see if they see me differently. Because when I feel ugly and I'm looking in the mirror and I'm looking at all these spots or whatever on my face, when I'm breaking out, thanks Pico's acne, stuff like that, or if I feel extra fat and stuff and I'm being really hard on myself, I always wonder, well, how did my ex-boyfriend see me when he said I was beautiful and all this stuff? Like, I would just really like to be able to feel how another person sees you, if that makes sense. Not just hearing it from someone, but just being able to look through their eyes and have them look at your flaws and be in their brain and just have them, just hear them thinking the great things about you. Well, the person I'm talking about comedian Leslie Jones. And if you follow her on social media, if you're just on social media, period, it was a time where they were always posting her fitness videos when she was working out. And for me, like, I always like to see people working out because it makes me want to work out. And she posted the other day, okay, back to cardio, but confession. I feel like I'm doing it for nothing. I know it's not like I'm healthy. She has like a little typo and look good, but I really feel like, what is it all for? If the people you want to notice don't. I just feel like I might die alone. Sorry, that's pretty heavy today. And the reason why it made me sad is because I felt that way. So many times, so many years, I felt that way. And people don't understand it. But seeing that post on Instagram, I got it. And it made me sad. And like, no matter what, you have to love yourself. God made you the way he saw fit. And God doesn't make any mistakes. And I'm not sorry for bringing up God, because he's number one in my life. And I'm a firm believer in that. And that was also a part of my process. The closer I got to God, the better I was with my so-called flaws and stuff. And just stuff that you don't even think about. Like this week I got a compliment on my teeth. And someone was like, I really love your teeth. And for me, my teeth aren't perfect. They're not like blasting white, new white or whatever, but someone saw that in me, and I see my teeth as flawed because they're not perfectly white. And so it's just stuff like that. And the only one that can make you feel better and to stop talking like that about yourself is yourself. You have to love on yourself, bring yourself up, and just forget everybody. You shouldn't be working out for someone else. You shouldn't be trying to get your body summertime fine for someone else. And that's where I'm at. I just want to be 2018 fine. I'm not trying to be fine for anyone else. It's for me. I want to look in the mirror and be happy. But I know it's a process, but never, ever, ever change anything about you for yourself. Going back to what I just read you from last year. And Leslie Jones, there again, I don't know these people from just what I see on TV. She seems like a lovely person, has a lovely personality. Like, God is going to bless her. God is going to bless her and bring her someone that she just never thought would love her the way that she deserves. Like, but to get to that glow up love, like, you got to find somebody. Like, you got to love yourself first. Stop giving me all these notifications. Like, my laptop is wilding right now. But yeah, I was going to go back and talk about some of my exes, but I'm not going to do that. I wasn't going to talk about them in a bad way, but I don't feel like rambling on about them. What's poppin'? And here again, I don't have a bumper for what's poppin'. I need to come up with something poppin' for this segment, and I don't know what it's going to be. But let's just get right to it. A lot of people have already talked about it on their podcasts and just in general. gotta talk about the Grammys. I'm not gonna talk about every single thing that happened on the Grammys. I'm just gonna talk about what appeals to me. And I'm gonna talk about Jay-Z, Kendrick, and Bruno Mars. And I'm talking about them because they were nominated multiple times on the show. And I feel like they are all iconic artists, right? And so everything that I'm getting ready to say, Get Your Life, I'm not a hater. I love Bruno Mars. I love Kendrick Lamar. But y'all already know that Jay-Z is my all-time favorite rapper. And even with that being said, if he didn't drop that phenomenal album 444, and let's say it was a different album, I wouldn't be having this conversation. Now, let's go with Kendrick. Let me plead my case for what I'm getting ready to say about Kendrick. And let me just backdoor. All these artists, they deserve to win at least a Grammy or two. Okay? I'm not taking that away, but I want it to be spread out. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kendrick Lamar, he is a great. He's going to end up being on my top 5 all-time favorite rappers. So I get it. But this album for me, damn, it was a great album. It wasn't a classic for my ears. Okay? To Pimp a Butterfly is a classic. That is a classic album, people. Good Kid, Mad City, classic album. Damn, great album. For me, and I've had this conversation with other people, I feel like even though it wasn't like a totally like commercial album, this was his most commercial type album. He had the commercial singles, Loyalty. I love that song. Love. I love that song. Like, it's a great album. But if you're going, I hate to say bar for bar, but if you're just matching up 444 to Damn as it being a hip hop album, 444 is a classic. And that shouldn't just be for a debate. Because when Damn came out, collectively, everybody wasn't losing their fucking mind, okay? When 444 dropped, everybody was losing their minds. And for those of you that didn't have Tidal to get the exclusive first drop date week for that, you felt like you were missing out and you were looking for a link, or you were looking for a way to get Tidal, or you were looking for someone that has Tidal. 444 left a different kind of impression on your ears, on your heart, than Damn did. And there again, it's not taking anything away from Kendrick, because Kendrick can rap his ass off. But I just felt like people went crazy over 444 and even the tour to support 444. But it's like we forgot, or it's like the Grammys forgot. And love Kendrick, but I really wanted 444 to get the rap album of the year. And even album of the year. I wanted Jay-Z to take home too, if I'm being for real. Bruno, I just want to gloss over Bruno really quick. Love the album. Definitely deserved to win Grammys. He's a great performer. Like, I feel like he's already like a legend in his lane, and you don't see a lot of people that does what he does and does it so well. And so yeah, I just want to definitely big up Bruno. So yeah, if you watch the Grammys and you want to have a debate with me, DM me, send me a message, email, and we can talk about it. Next up on the docket, I want to talk about Jennifer Hudson. Aretha Franklin personally chose her to play herself and her biopic that's in the work. And so I was happy to see that. And I can definitely see why Aretha picked Jennifer Hudson. So I'm definitely interested in seeing that. There's a new Netflix series that's going to be coming out next month on the 30th. And it's called Rapture. And it's going to be following around Nas, which he has a special going on right now that I'm recording that's on PBS. And it's him performing his music with an orchestra. Do you understand how blown my ears are going to be when I get ready to listen to this before I go to bed tonight? Because I have to watch it tonight. They're also going to be following around 2 Chainz and some other rappers that they didn't name. And it's just basically going to be like a reality type docuseries. And so definitely interested in seeing that. It's official. The Black Panther album is coming out next Friday. We got a track listing and everything. Also, another thing I'm excited about, I was on Instagram and I saw someone posted a list of, movies to be excited about. And a lot of these are geeky movies, Marvel movies and stuff like that, DC stuff. Infinity War, I'm ready for that. Black Panther comes out this month. Another one I'm excited about that I didn't know about until I just saw it, X-Men, Dark Phoenix. I am so excited for that. I love the X-Men. X-Men are my favorite of like the comic book world into movies. After X-Men, it's the Avengers and then on down the line with the separate people. But X-Men, Dark Phoenix, I have to find a clip of that if it's out. So I saw that. And so, yeah, definitely ready for that. So that's all I have for like stuff that's going on in these streets with social media and stuff like that. Pop culture, that's the word I'm looking for. I'm like trying to think of the right word, and I'm saying social media. Another topic that I love to talk about, sports. And this was a good week for my favorite player, James Harden. And, if you look at the title of my episode, you should already know that I was going to go there. And I just want to say congratulations formally to James Harden on having the first ever 60-point triple-double. 60-point triple-double. Like, he was out there going ham. It was just so lovely as like a Rockets fan to just see him just put in work, and he made it look so easy. And one thing about James Harden, like, he racks up all these points and it never feels like it's a bunch of points until you see the end of the stat sheet and he has 60 points and also a triple double, and it's just like, it's crazy. So you scored over half the points for the team that night. It's crazy. 60 points, 10 rebounds, 11 assists, 5 3-pointers, 17 free throws. What? If Harden doesn't get MVP, it's going to be some smoke in the city of Houston, because I'm tired of James Harden being overlooked for MVP, and they have to give it to him this year. He deserves. All-Star game is coming up soon. We got to get through the Super Bowl, and then it'll be about my basketball. We got to talk about Griffin to the Pistons. And so made that change. And basically, he had a good first game out there with the Pistons. And let me just go over quickly. I have to always go over the rankings for the NBA. And of course, it gives me time to highlight my Rockets. We are number 1 in our division as far as the conference. The Warriors, they're 40-11. We are 37-13 at the second spot. We just beat the Spurs last night. Spurs are third. Timberwolves are holding on at the 4th spot. Thunder 5th. Portland, 6th spot. New Orleans, 7th spot. And I just want to send some prayers up for Cousins. I hope you come back soon. I definitely love and respect your play. You're phenomenal to me, and to have these two big towers in New Orleans, they're definitely going to miss your presence, but I wish them luck so they can still stay in the top 8. 8th spot, the Nuggets. 9, Clippers. How sad. And shout out to the Mavs. They're at the last spot in the West. Shout out to the Mavs. I'm doing that to be petty to my best friend. He's probably going to be mad at me, but he'll get over it. Let's move over to the East Coast. Boston still holding it down at 38-15. And it's still a difference, like a feel of games won in the East compared to the West. Like, it's still a difference, but Boston is really closing the gap on matching up to the West as far as wins. Second, Raptors. Third, Cavs. Fourth, the Heat. Fifth, Wizards. Sixth, the Pacers. Seventh, the Bucks. 8, 76ers. I just want to go back. So if we started the playoffs today, we would be playing New Orleans in the first round, which would be pretty solid for us. That would be a good look for us. Good matchup. And so it's been so many rumors going around with LeBron that let's just go ahead and talk about it a little bit further. And I'm not going to stay on it long. So the latest rumor is LeBron is going to sign with the Warriors in the summer. Today I saw that he said that he has no intentions on leaving Cleveland. I think that's what the headline said. I could be quoting it wrong, but that's what I saw when I glanced through my feed. And so my thing is this. Let's just talk it through as if it was true. I have a 100% issue with people signing up with super teams. And so if you add LeBron to the mix of Golden State, who is Golden State going to get rid of to bring LeBron over there? How is the team, going to get along when you have all these superstars on one team? As you know, I call the Warriors the Avengers because they're like the ultimate super team that people feel like they cannot beat. And I'm in my feelings to a certain degree because of this. And I'm going to just, it is what it is. I want my Rockets to win a championship. I feel like we have a good opportunity to put ourselves in position to go to the finals this season. If you don't believe that, I don't care. I would love to see the Rockets and Boston play in the finals. Number one, so we can get rid of that narrative of it's always going to be the Warriors and the Cavs until something changes as far as the teams and how they're made up. Like, I'm tired of that narrative. That's number one. I think the Rockets and Boston would be a great playoff series to see. Are you kidding me? Number 3, people that think that we still can't beat Golden State in a 7-game series. This season would be the 3rd time we would get a chance to potentially see Golden State in a Western Conference final matchup. Our team is different from last season. I feel like each season we get progressively better with the pieces we add to our team. And so if you have everyone healthy, we have a lot of shooters to match up to their shooters. We believe in, for the most part, the same philosophy of shooting threes. But the Warriors, their package is presented a little bit better than ours. When we can't get a streak going on shooting threes, we kind of just panic on the floor. Warriors, they have other options, and they know how to use use those options. And no shade to my Rockets, but I'm just being perfectly honest from what I see as a fan watching. But we have James Harden. We have Chris Paul, which has been phenomenal as far as him being a great addition to our team. And when you have James Harden, Chris Paul, and Capella playing together, we don't lose. And when you add Trevor Ariza, Gerald Green, PJ Tucker, all these great components that we have, Anderson, of people that are just going to shoot. My boy Eric Gordon, I'm giving a shout out the whole team. Like, it's going to work. And so I'm putting it in existence, and I don't want to see the Cavs in the finals. Let's do something different. Let's put it into the atmosphere that it's going to be Boston and the Rockets. And that's it. That's all I have for basketball. That's it. I don't want to talk about basketball anymore. Sunday, Super Bowl. So, as you know, I've been boycotting the NFL this whole season. The first game that I decided to watch, because as a person that really likes football, to see the Jags take on New England, I had to watch that game. And I really thought that the Jags had it in the bag. And here comes your boy, Tom Brady. And so it's just there again, it speaks to, you know, his greatness. You know, I can't take that away from him. He's a great football player. He's a great quarterback. But I will be going for the underdogs of Philly. And I wish them all the luck in the world. And I hope they take that W somehow, some way. God gonna have to be riding with everybody. So we'll see. I'll be watching the Super Bowl. I'm gonna cook my comfort food and watch some football. And then it's basketball, NBA, college, March Madness is coming like it's coming. So yeah. I keep it real because I'm from the South Side. I plan to rep the South till the day that I die. That's so Houston. That's so Houston. That's so Houston. I haven't done this in a while. I just want to highlight a couple of things that are going on in the city. Houston comedian Ali Sadiq is not coming up soon, but I wanted to put it on your heart and your brain because this is good for Houston and it's good for him. Like, I've been following him for a long, long time. He's funny to me. I love him. And so he has his own comedy special coming up on Comedy Central on February the 23rd at 9 p.m. So check him out if you're from Houston or wherever you're from and show him some love. Follow him on Instagram and Twitter. He's always doing like live videos on Instagram. So follow him on Instagram. I'm not being asked to do this. I'm doing it out of love because I really do like him. Kima tomorrow. They're having a yachty gross. And basically it's just like a boat parade. And it seems like it's going to be something really dope. Mardi Gras is going on in Galveston. And if you're not in the South, a lot of times, or if you're not like in Texas or Louisiana, definitely Louisiana, some people don't understand the culture of Mardi Gras. And maybe next episode, I'll take the time to like really explain what Mardi Gras is. As most of you know, I was born in Louisiana, raised in Houston, and I love Louisiana. I love Louisiana. I would live in Louisiana if the job market was good like it is in Houston. But I just love the culture in Louisiana. As you know, I've talked about on the show, like a man with that Creole or that New Orleans, that South Louisiana accent is an absolute weakness for me. Like, let me talk about something else. Another comedian that I love, Cat Williams. He's always so funny. I've seen him twice live doing his stand-up. He's going to be here tomorrow at NRG Park. I believe they added another show. That's what I was hearing on the radio, but I'm not sure how true that is because I didn't see 2 shows listed when I was looking up the information. So I think that's it, people. I think that's everything that I wanted to talk about. Like, I think I'm getting really good at being right under an hour. I'm going to be like probably 52 minutes once I'm done talking, and maybe 55 once I add in the bumpers and all that wonderful stuff. But thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being patient with me. Just thank you. And, follow me on social media. I'm trying to have a better social media presence. Like, I'd be having these peaks and valleys, y'all, depending on how tired I am and all that stuff. Like, yeah, maybe I'll talk about it during PCOS Awareness Month. I'll talk about being tired all the time, but it's for real, and I feel like it's getting worse. But I'll talk about that on another day. So yeah, follow me on social media, Instagram. I've been doing some of the posts on the Insta stories. I've been doing that this week. My name is OhYouThoughtFallon. That's FALLON. Follow me on Twitter, Pretty and Smart 81. Pretty, the letter N, Smart 81. Send me an email. I still want to read emails on the air, y'all. Send me some stuff, because I promise you, if I have to make up stuff, like I'm reading emails to get everyone going and comfortable with some fake stories on something, I'll do it. Promise you. I said I'd do it before, but I may really have to do it. Sorry, not sorry. Email me at OhYouThoughtFallon, FALLON @gmail.com. Go to my website, OhYouThoughtFallon.com. Subscribe, listen, comment via iTunes, iHeartRadio, SoundCloud, YouTube, Google Play, Stitcher. It's so many. I can't keep up with the smaller ones. They're small to me, but people really use the smaller platforms to listen. I hope you have a great week. If you're a Rockets fan, we play the Cavs tomorrow. We're going to get that W too. And yeah, I hope y'all have a great weekend. I hope you have a safe weekend. And I'll talk to you next week. Until next time, remember to glow up, bless up, stay prayed up, and hold it down.
Hold it down. Hold it down. We gon' hold it down. We gon' hold it down. Hold it down. Hold it down. We gon' hold it down. South gon' hold it down.